Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of the GOAT, or the greatest of all Titos, and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of all Titos or uncles around the world. Possibly a few, but definitely not all.
Yeah.
I'm turning 45 in a month. And I understand that my generation, or how I was raised, or how I grew up, is different from how the next generation was raised, how they grew up. And that is also different from the following generation, and so on and so forth. I also understand and acknowledge that the way that we treated ourselves growing up could be labeled as harsh, and that mental health was never acknowledged or looked at. And now mental health is also something that needs to be taken care of. But how can you tell, or when does it end? Parang, example, you are in a situation wherein you are not comfortable and you tell that person off. Or there's something that someone else does that triggers you and offends you, doesn't sit well with you, you don't like it. When does it end? Who should give way? Who should be more patient? The one who is offending, or the one who is offended? Because if you try to look at it at both ends, both the receiving and the giving end, it's also hard to be around you if you are too sensitive. It's like the sight of you makes everyone act as if they are walking on eggshells. They have to be extra careful of what they say, of what they do, because it will offend you or affect your mental health. Again, I acknowledge that. Totoo naman, I have my bouts, I have my episodes as well. But to what end? Where do you draw the line? Is it really mental health? Or are you just too sensitive? It becomes uncomfortable being around you. Sure, there are people who will appreciate you or treat you right, but not everybody does that. So what do you do? Why can't you deal with it and learn to get over it, than always telling everybody else na this is what you don't like, and hope that they would change for you? And I'm saying this because I had a video a few years ago. Yeah, around 2 years ago. About basically the gist is not giving a shit. And I realized growing up, I wasn't the type of person na nasasaktan, na-offend, na napipikon. Kasi when I was growing up, nakikiride ako nakikipag-asaran din ako. And I realized, as I was getting into like the social media thing, naging masyado akong sensitive, masyado akong affected, masyado akong na-offend. Pag may nagsabi na mataba ako, nasasaktan ako. And there are many ways to respond to that. Either papayat ka, either you answer back, gumanti ka, or you keep quiet and not be affected at all. And it was that realization, kasi nga napansin ko before, like in the many chat groups that I've been, Messenger, Viber, whatnot, WhatsApp, what Telegram, whatever. If there's a person there that I don't like talking to kasi na-offend ako sa kanya, natitrigger ako pag I mute, I run away, I avoid. But does that solve the problem? What if the problem is that I'm too sensitive? Maybe that is also something that you would like to look into as well. This is coming from a tito that grew up in the 80s and 90s where yung mga pain na natatanggap namin is actually more physical than verbal. Something to think about. Maybe bring that as part of our reflection going into 2023 and see what you can do, what steps you can do to change that, to improve yourself, make yourself better, make yourself stronger. Yun lang.